My name is Cosmos Kwame Akoli. I am the project lead for the African Women Lawyers Association, AULA, Accra.
My name is Oscar Klenam, the Programs Officer for Global Action for Women Empowerment based in Accra.
According to the Domestic Violence Act 2007, Act 732, Section 8, Clause 3, any abuse victim, a woman, a girl who is assisted by the police is entitled to free medical care under the law.
Again, there is a provision that in cases of emergency, public medical facilities shall provide medical treatment without police form or assistance.
Under the Domestic Violence Act, survivors of domestic violence should not be concerned with payments at the health facility. However, there are challenges, practical challenges, because in practice, the domestic violence fund has not been populated with money. There's no money in the fund. As a result, this novel law that was meant to solve a problem, provide support for poor survivors of domestic violence are unable to access medical care.
It is actually not to be a concern of a survivor, but you have to follow the right channel. That is, if you have a case, you have to file the case with the police, then you sign the police form, and that is what will guarantee that you will go for a free attention. But if you just move from the house and you go to the hospital, there is no evidence of legal backing. So for that matter, they will charge you. So you must make sure you go by the appropriate procedure.
In cases or situations where families or parents are unable to raise money to take the victims to the medical facility for doctors to provide medical care and certify that they've been abused, perpetrators are not prosecuted. And so once they are not prosecuted, they become emboldened, and others, prosecution will serve as deterrence to other potential abusers within the community. And so once an abuser is not prosecuted under the law, we don't have enough deterrence for these issues. As a result, these issues keep recurring in the communities.
Most citizens are ignorant of this provision in the Act. So what we are doing, that is Global Action for Women Empowerment, is making sure that we create awareness among our people, especially on the tenets of the Domestic Violence Act, so that it will help reduce the incidents of sexual violence that we are seeing in our communities. And this is also to let it known to the perpetrators that you are not going free if you do any of these things. So awareness creation is one key area we are looking at. And then we are also in partnership building synergy so that we can advocate for free medical bill in our institution, especially the hospitals.
Since the Enough initiative, we've been able to bring together the key community stakeholders, and we told them about the challenges that we have in the absence of any concerted action on the issue of abuses within the domestic setting. As a result, medical officers from the health facilities within the project district, I'm talking about Kintampo and Techiman, resolved that any survivor that is referred to them by the Domestic Violence and Victim Support Unit of the Ghana Police Service, they are going to provide free medical care and sign the medical form without charging a dime.
In Ghana, we have a very strong national health insurance scheme system. So I'm suggesting that our government should think about this and integrate or incorporate this into the national health insurance scheme.
We think that more stakeholders should come on board. We have done enough by providing education, sensitizing community stakeholders on the laws and what they can do in the absence of this challenge we have with the Domestic Violence Fund. And so that they report, they don't cover up cases of domestic violence cases, so that victims get support, they are helped, and perpetrators are also prosecuted under the law. The more victims don't get justice, the more survivors are abused, or girls are abused, women and boys are abused, the more poverty increases within the community. So this issue should not be taken lightly at all. All stakeholders at the national level, at the community level, should act through concerted action, and they should support the initiative by EU Oxfam, so that we can all win the war against violence against women.